In a twist that no one saw coming, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer has filed a lawsuit against Santa Claus, alleging severe bullying and harassment during their years together at the North Pole. The heartwarming tale of Rudolph has taken a dark turn as details of the claims have emerged. Rudolph asserts that he faced constant ridicule from Santa and the other reindeer, claiming they ostracized him for his unusual nose. The suit details incidents of verbal abuse and exclusion from play and training, painting a picture of a toxic environment that Rudolph endured. On the opposing side, Santa's team argues that the North Pole operates on a long-standing tradition of tough love and camaraderie, insisting that Rudolph's grievances are exaggerated. This case poses a unique challenge. Can a festive icon like Santa be held accountable for inappropriate behavior? Rudolph's supporters rally behind him, citing the importance of mental health and inclusivity, while critics argue that this lawsuit threatens to ruin the spirit of Christmas. As the court date approaches, both sides prepare for an epic showdown that could change Christmas forever. Who will prevail in this unprecedented holiday legal battle?
Rudolph, the iconic reindeer with the glowing nose, has turned to the legal system to confront the alleged bullying he suffered at the hands of Santa Claus. In a groundbreaking case, Rudolph claims Santa's constant mocking and belittling remarks severely impacted his self-esteem. Witnesses testify to Santa's cruel taunts, referring to Rudolph as glowy and red nose, making him a target of ridicule among the other reindeer. The emotional toll of these comments led Rudolph to feel humiliated and isolated. One particularly painful incident occurred during a holiday party, when Santa jokingly remarked that Rudolph's nose was more of a curse than a blessing, pushing Rudolph to file a lawsuit. Rudolph's legal team asserts that this pattern of behavior constitutes bullying and demands accountability for Santa's actions. As the trial unfolds, evidence reveals a long history of Santa's demeaning comments, forcing Rudolph to question his worth, despite his heroic legacy of saving Christmas. This case invites us to reflect on the impact of bullying, even in seemingly joyful settings like the North Pole, highlighting the need for kindness and respect for all, regardless of differences.
In a shocking courtroom drama, Mrs. Claus has turned against Santa, challenging the very foundation of their partnership. As rumors of Santa's neglect surfaced, it became clear that his increasing indulgence in snacks and decreasing commitment to toy-making duties were causing serious tensions. Mrs. Claus claims this neglect jeopardized the North Pole's entire operation. The breaking point came when Santa missed a critical meeting with the Toy Council, leaving her to shoulder the burden alone. This betrayal was too much for the normally composed Mrs. Claus, who decided to take action. Meanwhile, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, feeling overlooked and underappreciated for years, saw a golden opportunity for revenge. He had always been the unsung hero, guiding Santa's sleigh through perilous weather, yet he received little recognition. Teaming up with Mrs. Claus, Rudolph aims to shed light on Santa's shortcomings, using the courtroom as a platform for their grievances. Together, they seek accountability, revealing the cracks in the North Pole's facade and shaking the very essence of Christmas spirit. Day 3 of the trial, just 9 days before Christmas, and the story takes a dark turn. Rudolph, the beloved red-nosed reindeer, has faced relentless bullying from his peers. Dasher, a trusted member of Santa's reindeer team, has finally had enough and is ready to speak out. Bullying isn't just a tale from the North Pole. It's a serious issue affecting individuals of all ages. When Santa, a figure of authority, turns a blind eye to this behavior, it fosters an environment where oppression thrives. The case against Rudolph suggests his glowing nose is a distraction, a liability that could disrupt Christmas. But Dasher's testimony reveals the harsh reality of Rudolph's treatment: name-calling, exclusion, and ridicule. By standing up for Rudolph, Dasher symbolizes the fight against bullying for all marginalized voices. His courage sends a powerful message. We can create change by speaking out against injustice. Dasher's testimony is a pivotal moment, shedding light on the bullying epidemic and challenging Santa and the reindeer team to reconsider their actions. Will this stand reshape the North Pole's culture? Will it redefine Christmas for children everywhere? The answer lies in our actions against oppression. Santa's in hot water, and the holiday spirit is at stake. Rumors of negligence from Santa's workshop are swirling, suggesting toys aren't made with the same care and love as before. Some say Santa has been spotted lounging with cookies and milk, while Mrs. Claus handles the heavy lifting. These whispers have shaken the faith of families worldwide. To combat this crisis, Frosty the Snowman and Jack Frost have joined forces. Frosty, with his warm heart, aims to mediate and gather holiday experts to investigate these claims and uncover the truth. Meanwhile, Jack Frost is ready to freeze the gossip, using his icy powers to halt the lies in their tracks. Together, they form a dynamic duo dedicated to clearing Santa's name. They remind everyone that Santa's dedication has always been unmatched. Frosty highlights that Santa is the one who helped Rudolph shine bright, showing that the spirit of Christmas is alive and well. This holiday season, it's crucial to rally together to protect the magic of Christmas and support the true spirit of giving. With the right team in place, the spirit of Christmas can be restored, ensuring that Santa remains the jolly figure we all adore. In a courtroom packed with curious onlookers, the trial of Santa Claus is underway. Frosty the Snowman and Jack Frost have rallied hundreds of elves and reindeer, all willing to testify in defense of the jolly old man. Today, Santa's reputation hangs in the balance. Bob, Santa's chief elf, takes the stand, passionately declaring Santa's goodness, emphasizing how he wouldn't hurt a fly. In a pivotal moment, Bob recounts a foggy Christmas Eve when Rudolph was in no condition to guide the sleigh. He praises Santa for his patience and dedication, working closely with Rudolph until he was ready for takeoff. However, things take a turn when Rudolph's lawyer cross-examines Bob, revealing that Santa only calls on Rudolph during foggy nights, suggesting that he neglects him the rest of the year. The jury's eyebrows raise, and doubt begins to cloud Bob's testimony. Outside, Frosty and Jack rally the crowd in support, creating a spectacle that echoes the importance of Christmas spirit. As tensions rise in the courtroom, both sides present compelling arguments, leaving everyone on the edge of their seats, wondering who will ultimately prevail in this holiday showdown. In a pivotal moment during the trial, Santa took the stand, revealing the struggles of his childhood. As a young boy, he was much larger than his peers, which led to relentless bullying. His size isolated him from sports and friendships, leaving him feeling alone. In high school, he yearned to fit in, but faced the same rejection. Instead of succumbing to despair, Santa chose to embrace his uniqueness, learning to leverage his size as an asset rather than a burden. He recounted moments of pain, but also resilience, ultimately finding strength in his differences. Turning to Rudolph, he expressed deep remorse for the names he called him, explaining that he only wanted to highlight how everyone is special in their own way. He drew comparisons, asking whether elves wished to be taller or fairies to have different features. Santa shared the burdens of his role, from being perceived as jolly to navigating dangerous chimneys all over the globe. In this heartfelt plea for forgiveness, he acknowledged his misguided attempts to help others accept their differences. By the end of his testimony, the courtroom was moved to tears, realizing the profound lesson of acceptance and the beauty of diversity. Santa's story is a testament to overcoming adversity and embracing who we truly are. In a winter wonderland courtroom, the trial of Santa Claus has begun, igniting a festive uproar. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer stands as the star witness, challenging Santa's sincerity in an apology that many doubt. Rudolph's legal team boldly asserts that Santa's reluctance to include him on non-foggy nights stems from jealousy over his fame. They argue that Santa, feeling overshadowed by Rudolph's glowing nose, has been intentionally sidelining him, fueling a rivalry. The tension escalates as Santa, visibly offended, retorts that Rudolph is merely a fleeting trend, a phase that children will soon forget. He insists that he remains the true icon of Christmas spirit, claiming his legacy will outlast Rudolph's moment in the spotlight. The jury, a mix of elves and woodland creatures, watches in shock as the normally jolly Santa reveals a more competitive side. Murmurs spread throughout the courtroom, and the atmosphere grows heavy with disappointment at Santa's unexpected demeanor. As the trial unfolds, it becomes clear that this conflict is about more than just the holiday season. It probes deep into themes of fame, jealousy, and the true spirit of Christmas. Who will emerge victorious in this festive legal battle? In a pivotal moment during the trial, Santa took the stand, revealing the struggles of his childhood. As a young boy, he was much larger than his peers, which led to relentless bullying. His size isolated him from sports and friendships, leaving him feeling alone. In high school, he yearned to fit in, but faced the same rejection. Instead of succumbing to despair, Santa chose to embrace his uniqueness, learning to leverage his size as an asset rather than a burden. He recounted moments of pain, but also resilience, ultimately finding strength in his differences. Turning to Rudolph, he expressed deep remorse for the names he called him, explaining that he only wanted to highlight how everyone is special in their own way. He drew comparisons, asking whether elves wish to be taller or fairies to have different features. Santa shared the burdens of his role, from being perceived as jolly to navigating dangerous chimneys all over the globe. In this heartfelt plea for forgiveness, he acknowledged his misguided attempts to help others accept their differences. By the end of his testimony, the courtroom was moved to tears, realizing the profound lesson of acceptance and the beauty of diversity. Santa's story is a testament to overcoming adversity and embracing who we truly are. The North Pole is in an uproar as Mrs. Claus calls an emergency meeting following Santa's damaging testimony. With Christmas fast approaching, anxiety looms over the fate of the holiday. Frosty the Snowman, Jack Frost, and Bob the Elf gather around, each reflecting the tension in the air. Mrs. Claus expresses her deep concern, pointing out the dwindling days left to secure Christmas cheer. As frustrations rise, elves and reindeer begin pointing fingers at each other, leading to chaos. Dasher the reindeer faces backlash for daring to question Santa's actions, igniting a heated debate among the group. Jack Frost and Frosty attempt to mediate, urging everyone to focus on finding a solution rather than assigning blame. Just when it seems the meeting might fall apart, Mrs. Claus introduces a mystery guest. Who could this special figure be, and what wisdom might they bring to aid the North Pole? Could it be a fellow holiday icon or a figure from the past with insight into Santa's predicament? The group holds its breath, hoping this unexpected ally can help restore harmony and save Christmas from slipping away amid the turmoil of Santa's trial. The North Pole faces an unprecedented crisis as Santa's legal teams present closing arguments while Mrs. Claus introduces a surprise guest. Wow, Father Time. He's come to address a pressing concern. Can time be extended for Christmas preparations? Father Time, however, brings troubling news. He cannot extend the time freeze that allows Santa to deliver gifts each Christmas Eve. In recent years, the integrity of this magical freeze has been compromised, with reports of onlookers witnessing Santa during his late-night rounds. This breach has raised serious questions about the reliability of their time-honored traditions. Adding urgency, Father Time reveals that the baby, which all believed meant the symbol of the holiday spirit, is soon to arrive, and they cannot delay its coming. With the clock ticking and no clear solution in sight, the North Pole's finest toy makers must unite to save Christmas. As Rudolph and Santa's legal teams ponder their next steps, they realize that winning over the jury is their only hope. Will they find a way to put an end to this dilemma and ensure that Christmas morning arrives just as it should? What is the meaning behind the baby Father Time spoke about? Can all of these Christmas icons figure out something soon? The fate of the holiday hangs in the balance, and every moment counts.